So throughout the week, we went to our way, we went to school, we went to work taking care of our families, but today and tonight, we are grateful to be alive and grateful to be in the presence of the Lord. So tonight is a special program, and we welcome each one and every one of you and to come in, and whether inside the church or you in online on YouTube. And we thank God that tonight we might learn something on how to protect ourselves and protect our families. So encore une fois, nous souhaitons bienvenue. Et pour commencer le programme, to start, we're going to sing in number 319, dans le numéro 319, près de Jésus, je trouve un sûr asile, et si mon ciel est parfois menaçant. All right, we may stand. On est capable debout. 319, près de Jésus, je trouve un sûr asile.
Près de Jésus, je trouve un sûr asile, c'est marqué modérateur.
garde la même position. We can stay standing and we're going to read in Psalm 91. Nous allons lire dans Psalm 91. And we read together. You can put the psalm in English on the screen for us. Don't put it in French. Thank you. All right, so you guys can participate with us. Psalm 91. Celui qui demeure sous l'abri du Très-Haut repose à l'ombre du Tout-Puissant. Je dis à l'Éternel, mon refuge et ma forteresse, mon Dieu en qui je me confie. Car c'est lui qui te délivre du filet de l'oiseleur, de la peste et de ses ravages. Il te couvrira de ses plumes et tu trouveras un refuge sous ses ailes. Sa fidélité est un bouclier et une cuirasse. Tu ne craindras ni la terreur de la nuit, ni la flèche qui vole de jour, ni la peste qui marche dans les ténèbres, ni la contagion qui frappe en plein midi. Que 1000 tombent à ton côté et 10 000 à ta droite, tu ne seras pas atteint. De tes yeux seulement, tu regarderas et tu verras la rétribution des méchants. Car tu es mon refuge, ô Éternel. Tu fais du Très-Haut ta retraite. Aucun malheur ne t'arrivera, aucun fleureau n'approchera de ta tente. Car il ordonnera à ses anges de te garder dans toutes tes voies. Ils te porteront sur les mains, de peur que ton pied ne heurte contre une pierre. Tu marcheras sur le lion et sur l'aspic, tu fouleras le lionceau et le dragon. Puisqu'il m'aime, je le délivrerai, je le protégerai puisqu'il connaît mon nom. Il m'invoquera et je lui répondrai. Je serai avec lui dans la détresse, je le délivrerai et je le glorifierai. Je le rassasierai de longs jours et je lui ferai voir mon salut. Amen. Nous allons prier avec ancien Elder Jordani. Merci.
Merci notre Père et notre Roi pour ton amour infini manifesté envers nous. Merci pour la semaine passée à l'ombre de tes ailes. Tu nous as gardés, tu nous as protégés. Merci pour la vie ou bien nous. Merci pour le service de ce soir. Merci, cher Seigneur, d'est-ce que vous permettez nous réunir dans le temps pour nous demander au Papa pour permettre à ce que nous soyons capables de prendre des connaissances qui sont bonnes, qui sont utiles pour vivre nous. Bénis les invités, permettre à ce que, cher Seigneur, vous soyez capables de rencontrer vous, permettre à ce que vous soyez capables de faire la paix avec vous, vous soyez capables de comprendre celle sécurité, c'est dans mains liées. Assiste-nous du haut des cieux, remplis-nous de ton Saint-Esprit. Au nom de Jésus, je t'en prie. Amen.
Chers frères et sœurs, encore une fois, bonsoir. Bon sabbat dans le Seigneur. Happy Sabbath, may God bless you. Et à ce soir, nous sommes contents pour que nous soyons présents et dans le cadre du programme de sécurité département de l'Église, pour que nous soyons présentés et programme ça à nous-mêmes. Et nous avons dit nous, c'est le premier dans un paquet de programmes de ce genre que nous gagnons afin que nous soyons capables de former l'Église, comment nous sommes capables de protéger tête nous. And tonight is one of many programs that we're going to have so we can educate our church members how to take care of themselves, how to be safe. Now, sécurité département, pour qui ça est important dans l'église? Sécurité département joue un pile rôle dans l'église. Même sécurité pas seulement là pour faire un paquet et papa qui est là, papa qui est ici, mais il inclut un vaste temps de travail que le département de sécurité est responsable dans l'église là. Sécurité département de l'église là pour protéger against threat, ok? To protect against threat. Sécurité de l'église là tout pour like emergency response. Que si on bagage urgent qui gagne, mais sécurité de l'église doit faire sûr qu'il limite des plans comment pour évacuer l'église là, comment pour faire genre une série de bagages. Sécurité département de l'église là pour support un events, ok? Les gain croisade et les gain genre de programmes tant que installation des pasteurs, du moins ce qui va ça gagne à côté à bon masse monde qui présent, mais sécurité département de l'église joue un gros rôle pour faire ce que tout bagage net inclut parking, inclut et safety of our church members. So que sécurité département de l'église, li compte li grand pile importance là-dedans. Sécurité département de l'église là tout là pour to provide a peace of mind. OK? Donc faire sûr que pour n'a pas adorer là, et ben nous adorer en sécurité. Nous connaissons que sécurité non c'est dans bon Dieu qu'il y. Est-ce que vous croyez ça? Amen. C'est qui dans un bon Dieu qu'il y est. But et bon Dieu mettez-nous là des personnes qui peuvent veiller sur nous. Et il est important pour que nous pour que nous connaissions comment nous devons protéger tête nous, comment nous devons bailler et protéger famille nous et comment nous devons répondre à une série d'activités. Now, département année ça pour l'année 2023, il y a dans Elder Jocelyn Aurelius qui est directeur en charge. Nous avons Service Alexandre, nous avons Salnave Mithil, nous avons frère Michael Jeune, nous avons frère Willy Bien-Aimé, nous avons frère Joël Boiron et nous avons frère Justin Jean-Philippe. Donc, c'est monsieur Sayo qui l'a pendant l'année, qui met tête ensemble, faire des plans. Les gens qui me disent c'est premier, nous pas de programme que nous gagnons. Déjà, nous mettons nous préparer pour que nous apprendre des bagages. Now, for tonight, we're going to have a special program, like I said before, and the title is Active Shooting and What to Do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to welcome you all to our church program titled Active Shooting in the Church, What to Do. Today, we have a special guest speaker with us. His name is Marcus Powell. We're going to talk to him pretty soon. He's going to talk to us pretty soon. Who is a police officer extensive with experience in dealing with active shooting situation. And as a police officer, we know this is not an easy job. So he deals with those stuff every day. As we all know, church shootings have unfortunately become more frequent in recent years, with tragic events taking place in places of worship across the country. These incidents have left families and communities devastated, and it is important that we take steps to prevent and prepare for such events. According to data compiled by the Gun Violence Archive, there were 147, listen to this, 147 incidents of gun violence in places of worship between 2014 and 2021. And among those shootings, 177 deaths and 224 injuries. These numbers are shocking and highlight the urgent need, the urgent need for education and training on how to respond for such an incident. Now, nous souhaitons que pas de jamais bagage à criver l'église Beer-Scheba. Ou du moins moi si ma nous pas faire face avec tout dans l'école dans magasin dans Walmart, but the father of the mother, he could happen anytime, any day. So, question c'est pas est-ce qu'il a privé, question c'est s'il t'est arrivé, what to do, what should we do. So, c'est pour ça à soir, we have invited Officer Marcus Powell to speak with us today. He will share his expertise on what to do in active shooting situation and provide practical tips on how we can better prepare ourselves in our community for this type of emergency. So we hope that this program will be informative and valuable for all who attend, and we thank Officer Powell again for his time and dedication to keep our community safe. Thank you again, sir. So, pour que nous puissions introduire Marcus Powell, nous allons dire notre bagage. Next time, if you guys pull over by Marcus Powell, just tell him, I know a tall Haitian guy that works at Northwood Hospital. I know him, and once you say that, he's not going to give you a ticket, okay? So I'm just joking, okay? I'm just joking. So again, Officer Powell, thank you so much again, and welcome to your family. I know you guys want to say your name. Is it mother, sister? I'm the mother. You're the mother. Well, welcome. We thank you so much. And again, avec nous, Officer Marcus Powell, notre présentation active shooting and what to do inside our church. Merci. Que Dieu vous bénisse tous.
Como ye? I'm sorry, my Creole's bad. My Creole's bad. Como ça va? Yeah. Okay, so a little bio on me, right? My name is Marcus Powell. I've been deployed with the Broward County Sheriff's Office for going on 7 years now. 3 years in the county jail, 4 years on the road. I've been in Deerfield Beach as a deputy sheriff for going on 4 years. This area that you guys worship in now, this is my zone. This is the area that I patrol in. And one thing that you guys probably don't know is that this area specifically is very dangerous. That could lead to active shooters. That could lead to anything of violence, right? So now you should allow me to give my experience to you to help you combat these potential dangers that could happen. okay? I remember when I was a little boy and I said, hey, Mom, you know, I want to become a police officer. I want to save the world. She said, shut up, go to bed, you know? But then when she found out I was serious and I did everything I had to do to apply for the job and work out and study and everything, she was a very proud mother, and here I am today, right? So now today, I'm going to teach you active shooter in church, and also I'm going to teach you the things that you should do to combat it. So hopefully we can bring the slide up on the slide, and we'll go from there. Okay. We're going to go on the next slide. Okay, so this is the main objectives that we're going to go over today, okay? We're going to find out the definition of an active shooter. We're going to go over the proper actions to take during the active shooter situation. Security officers' obligations, but you guys are, I was told that you was called safety officers, so I apologize for the name. Then we're going to participate in what to do in law enforcement and responses. So whenever an active shooter comes in, and someone dials 911 and police comes, I want everybody to know exactly how to properly respond when police shows up, okay? So what is the definition of an active shooter? So anybody want to take a wild guess of what an active shooter may be? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Say it again, ma'am. It could be anybody, exactly, right? So an active shooter is an individual or individuals who participate in a random or systematic shooting spree who demonstrates the intent, the key word is intent, or we'll go over that in a minute, to continuously inflict death or great bodily harm to others. Doesn't necessarily have to be a firearm. It could be explosives, it could be knives, anything. That's an active shooter. Their job is to kill or cause great bodily harm to others. They don't care about us. They have their own motives, right? So active shooter situations are unpredictable, right? We don't know what can lead up. It could be multiple different things why somebody's going to shoot up a school, shoot up a church, any place, right? Which we'll go over those. Typically, the immediate deployment of law enforcement is required to stop the shooting and mitigate harm and victims, okay? So why would somebody be so cruel and to attack a worship, a place of worship at that? Anybody want to take a swing on the question? Anybody want to take a guess? Why would somebody want to come and shoot up a place where I'm worshiping my Lord, trying to combat my sins, the sins that I did throughout the whole week? Why you want to shoot me or cause great bodily harm to my family, my friends, me? Why would somebody want to do that, right? So the first definition is the shooter aims to intimidate a specific subgroup and is motivated by religion, hate, including anti-Semitic, Christian statements. Most of that is basically is a hate crime, pretty much. So my question to you is, what is a hate crime? Anybody know what a hate crime is? Okay, you're honest. I like that. So a hate crime, here's the key word. Somebody that has a hate crime is a bias motive, that someone has a prejudice to somebody, whether it could be sex, religion, it could be how you color your skin. That's a hate crime. So normally when somebody comes to shoot up this place, for example, the church, they don't agree with the religion that we worship, right? They want to send a message that what the God that you're worshiping, I don't agree with. So therefore, I want everybody to agree with the religion I'm dealing with, or they probably just don't like you. They probably don't like the religion, right? The shooter's decision is motivated by domestic issues. So this I'm going to go by two steps, right? This is the reason why somebody will shoot up at church. This is the reason why shootings occur in the church, right? First one is it could be domestic related, meaning that boyfriend, girlfriend probably got an argument. Boyfriend may be jealous that the girlfriend might be talking to the pastor, or probably catching a significant other messing around with somebody in here, so therefore he gets jealous and he retaliates. He or she may retaliate, right? So it says, okay, I'm going to show you who's big and bad. So I'm going to cause great bodily harm and or death, right? The second one is, like I said, a hate crime. They want to spread a message. So those are two reasons why shooting will occur in a church, right? So how long does typically active shooters last? Typically speaking, per the Department of Homeland Security, shootings last between 10 to 20 minutes. But in a place of worship, it normally lasts 2 to 5 minutes. It depends, right? So this is an example of a shooting that happened in Sacramento Church right here, right? On March 1st, 2022, a man who fatally shot 3 of his children at another adult at the Sacramento Church Monday night before killing himself has been identified as a 39-year-old male called Rojas. Remember that first rule I told you? Why they would shoot up a worship is because of that. Because he shot up his kids, he shot his lover because he thought that the lover was sleeping with the pastor. That's the reason why. And then he realized, oh man, I did something completely wrong. I don't want to go to jail. He shot himself. You got to remember that. That's the reason why active shooters happen. So you got to be wary of this, okay? Which we will go over scenarios and everything like that, how you combat that as well, right? So now, what's the second step? Let's see if anybody was paying attention. So the first shooting caused by domestic. So what's the other reason why a worship will cause an active shooter to happen? Hate crime. Who said that? Who said hate crime? You was listening. I like you, my best friend. All right. So this man right here, a 68-year-old man, was charged with murder on Monday, which happened May 15, 2022, right after authorities said he opened fire inside a Southern California church, killing 1 person and critically wounding 4 others, right? That was a hate crime. He says, I do not like your religion, so therefore I'm going to spread the message on it, right? So everybody in the church, which I'm going to tell you the proper response or how to combat an active shooter, what they did was very heroic, and it made me smile when I heard about it. What they did was they combated the active shooter, they hog-tied him, dialed 911, we got there, we handled business, right? That's how it's supposed to be done, but we'll go over that, all right? So the actions that you should take when the active shooter happens. Okay, someone tell me the first thing that you should do if you heard gunshots, gunfire, anything of that nature. There you go. There you go. Look at you. You've been studying. I like that. First thing is run. You run for safety. So raise your hand if you know all the exit routes in this place. Raise your hand if you know all the exit routes in here. See? Oh, okay. See, they know. We see, but at least you guys are honest, right? It seems everybody here is honest. You should know where you should run at. You should know each exit plans. It's not just by fires. It could be anything. You should know exactly where to run at and where to hide. But I'm going to go on further details of what you should do when it comes down to running for safety, okay? Next thing is hide. Where can you hide at in this place? Can someone tell me where they can hide? Behind the wall, in the office, the chair there. There you go. There you go. I like that. Anybody else want to take a swing at this? The floor high. If you can't run, if running is not the first option, running is the first option, you have to hide, right? Because you want to stall. Because remember, I'll tell you about law enforcement responses later on in the slide, but you always got to remember you want to hide for safety until authorities come, okay? So what's the last rule? The last rule that it should be the last result is the fight. Exactly. You need to fight. So let's go over a little bit more details about running, right? Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think we need some translation.
Oh, sure. Let's do that. You want to do that? Is that? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so.
Excusez-moi, est-ce que nous besoin pour nous dire nous pas comprendre?
You understand? Okay.
Nous pas comprendre? Si nous pas comprendre, nous pas besoin de dire nous pas comprendre.
You gonna translate? All right, come on. I'll be my translator.
I'll try.
That's it. Okay. So let me not go too fast, right?
Go too fast.
Okay. Okay. So let's put a little common sense into this, right?
Ok, nou meton kome sens sa ke wap fet la.
If an active shooter was to come through that door right now,
La vle tire nan l'eglise lan,
where is everybody going to run to?
koto panse tout moun gwa ale kouri.
Which exit?
Nan ki exit.
That's one. Where else?
Se yon, ki bon ankor?
Right?
Gen yon de ya,
Nice, nice.
gen yon la.
Okay, all right.
Ok.
Now,
Maintenant,
we're going to keep going.
uh-huh.
So now, please don't be the hero and save your purse because you have the nice Gucci bag and stuff. Leave everything there, okay?
Ese, pi ngwa se pou alon deveni yon hero, ki tout so gen, pi tout kouri.
Leave it.
Kite
If-
tout bagay.
once you hear gunfire, you drop
Yon
everything
va kontan de tire,
and you run for safety, okay?
E pi tou al kouri pou mette ton sécurité.
But now listen, this may be a little, it may be a little tough to do this one, but this is what I suggest.
Difficile pou fè sa.
So when you hear gunfire, the best thing you do is to duck.
Sou tan de tire, pou yon bagay pou fè se bese.
Look to see where the gunfire is coming from,
Men yon fwa kou kote tire ap soti,
and you run the opposite way.
e wale nan kote tire ki opose ya.
But why I say this? Why do I suggest this statement right here? Anybody?
Quelqu'un qui personne qui veut répondre?
Because you don't want to run towards the gunfire.
Maintenant, on va venir courir côté zam n'a
Don't
tire.
want to do that,
On
right?
va venir faire ça, pas vrai?
Now, if you can,
Maintenant, sous pas
keyword
capable,
right there is help others escape with you,
mot qui est important c'est aider l'autre monde échapper ensemble avec vous.
and try to prevent. It says right here, it says prevent individuals from entering an area where the active shooter may be. So if an active shooter is coming that way, right, you wouldn't want anybody to run that way. You want somebody to run the other way.
Maintenant, ça qui veut dire non seulement protéger tout, mais protéger l'autre monde.
We don't
Si
want
vous
anybody to
capturez
get hurt.
ap tirer dans boss ça, et bien non seulement vous même faire ce que l'autre monde capable aller pas courir exit dans boss ça, mais peut exit dans boss ça plutôt.
Exactly what CJ said. Always keep your heads visible because when you run, safety officer, law enforcement may be in the area. So when we come in, you want to say, "Oh, my hands," right? And then you say, "We'll go over the response. We'll go over the response later, okay?"
Les wap courir faire soulever témoin là parce que les policiers sont venus, ils ont besoin de tout le monde vite bien en l'air pour que pas penser que monde qui peut connaître, qui monde qui tire, qui monde qui va tirer, qui monde qui zam, qui monde qui va gagner zam.
Now remember, you may be
Songez
symptomatic that someone may get hit in the process. And you
Bien,
probably
mon
want to
câble,
save
c'est
your
le
loved one,
process,
save
hein.
your friend. Don't save the wounded because you're going to slow yourself down. You're not used to anybody saving somebody and you getting shot in the process, right? Run for safety.
Et pour courir pour mettre tête en protection.
And always remember, whoever
Toujours
gets out of the premises safely, that person should be the one to dial 911. Dial 911 and have law enforcement respond as quick as possible.
Okay.
Sometimes it may be hard to do that because in a high-stress situation, it's very hard to do so.
OK, maintenant moun qui mette fait ce que dans sécurité a, moun ça doit le 911 pour que m'a averti police ça qui va qui a privé a pour que police ka venir.
All right. Next thing is to hide.
L'autre bagage c'est que cacher a.
So now,
Maintenant-
go into the hiding spots.
Pour aller cacher côté
Ah.
espace pour là.
Everybody here knows the church better than I do.
Tout le monde qui la connaît
Okay.
bien passé.
You know this church better than the active shooter, so you should know where the hiding spots
Vous
are.
connaissez l'église là plus bien que les gens qui viennent pour tirer l'église là.
So someone tell me the
Someone
hiding
see?
spots in this place that an active shooter would not know. Go ahead.
Ça c'est live.
Hide in the chair. That's number one.
OK, qui va voir someone qui pas connaît
What's your name?
quitter l'église là.
What's your name, boss?
Kanyu?
Kanyu? I like you, Kanyu. Go ahead. What's another spot you want to hide at?
On côté encore veut cacher.
Kids' room.
And the kids room dans sa petit moun yo.
The bathroom, exactly.
That's what I
Somebody
thought.
else?
Et quand l'autre monde qui veut dire un bagage,
Uh-huh.
qui boit?
Bathroom. Okay.
Okay.
What about the office? Is there an office in here?
Est-ce qu'on office là?
Hide in the office. Everybody
Okay,
go in the
I got
office,
the
you
office.
lock it,
Et puis,
right?
donc,
So
quand
all-
c'est office là.
Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
He's creative, you know, you're thinking, you know, you got to think, right? So when you hide, you want to make sure that it's a place that an active shooter cannot get
So le
inside.
va cacher fait ce que les monde cap tirer pas comme côté ou va cacher ya.
Find a place. Just find a place that an active shooter can't get
Cherche un
into.
côté que monde pas connaît côté ya.
This is what your hiding space should consist of. It says be out of the active shooter's view because if he can't
see?
see you, he can't shoot you, right?
Côté va cacher fait ce côté ya, monde cap tirer pas ka ou. Parce qu'il pas ka ou, il pas ka tirer.
It says right here, this is the very line right here that I love. It says provide protection if shots are fired in your direction which is example the office, right?
OK, donc vous devez porter protection si vous avez fait pour que vous prendre dans la direction qui est pour que vous allez dans la direction qui est opposée.
Please don't trap yourself inside the place that you're hiding at. Because if you trap yourself, then you're stuck. You know, nobody can help you. All right?
Okay.
To prevent an active shooter from entering the hiding place, what's one thing you could prevent the active shooter from getting inside? Be quiet. That's number one. Be quiet. So I see. There you go. What about placing a chair or placing hard objects to the door to where he can't get in? How about that? Right? What about locking the door? Turning the lights off inside the building, right? Because what the thing is, if he can't, people got to understand when the active shooter comes in, they don't have time to shoot every single body. They have enough time to shoot as many people as they can because they know that law enforcement will be coming anytime soon. Right?
Okay.
This is a sharp group. CJ, I like every last one of them. I really like every last one of them. It makes me smile. But now the last resort is what? What is the last resort? It's to fight.
Okay.
Now, let's be honest. Raise your hand if you are afraid of firearms. Raise your hand if you are afraid of firearms. Is it afraid of guns?
Okay, levez-moi.
Sorry.
Everybody's going to put their hands. Levez-moi sous pesam. Si moun gen salam pesam levez-moi.
Who's afraid of guns?
Qui moun ki pesam?
Who's afraid of guns? Right? So.
Even the people in line raise their hands.
Either right? So, this is my motto, right?
Ça c'est ça me toujours enseigner tout le monde.
Guns don't kill people.
Zam pa touye moun.
People kill people with guns.
Moun touye moun avec zam.
Remember that. So guns don't harm people. It's the people that has the ignorance and the negligence of using a firearm. People call me crazy every time that I go anywhere I go with my firearm. Why? Because the situation like this can happen. That will be your protector. That will be your saving grace in a situation like this. So if I was you, I would reconsider firearm safety or gun safety. Familiarize yourself with it to know how to use it properly so it doesn't hurt yourself or your family. Because a firearm be the #1 thing to combat the active shooter in a situation. Now let me ask you this. This may be a personal question, but do you carry a firearm here?
The only firearm I carry is my spoon and my fork.
So as a safety officer, if I said it right, I said safety officer.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to say security officer, safety officer, right?
Yes.
I strongly suggest that you carry a firearm.
En tant que moun qui la pour sécurité l'église là, les recommander et moi même non, je donne pour que vous capotez les armes l'église là.
So now, why do I say that you should carry a firearm?
Pour que ça me sujet pour que vous ayez armes.
So, why do you think you should carry a firearm?
Je donne, you want to
Actually, I don't have one.
Right? So, mind you, yes, we are first responders. Law enforcement are first responders.
Yes, police c'est même qui l'a appuyé pendant premier lieu.
But we come after the fact.
Mais nous venons après bagarre arriver.
We come after the fact, meaning that you have to stop the threat,
Nous
or
venons
as best you
après
can
que
before
bagarre
I get
mais
there.
ou même qui l'a ou doit protéger moun yo l'église là, là moun venir pour tirer.
Right. So
Maintenant,
this is a last resort. So I'm going to go over
ces derniers ressources
when you should run, when you should hide, when you should fight. Right? So if I'm shooting, let's say that I'm the active shooter and I'm coming and I'm shooting up the place of worship, right? If you cannot run and you cannot hide because I'm right next to you, you need to do whatever you need to do to combat. Because I'd rather you die trying than to just die. Right? So I'm going to be going over this. So I'm definitely going to demonstrate how to run, how to hide, and how to fight. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't care what you guys have to do. You have to throw a chair, throw your phone, throw objects, grab the weapon out of my hand, something, do something to fight. Everything. Anything. Exactly. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Quand il dit t'as une chaise derrière ce monde qui t'a tiré, ça est logique t'as fait pour lui.
He's really good. Where are your parents at? They should be really proud of you. I like this. Right?
These are his parents over there.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the presentation real
On va
quick.
poser présentation bien rapide.
We're going to go over, we're just going to mock it. We're going to do a mock scenario with everybody. Right? So you guys are going to tell me, you're going to walk me through when you should run, when you should hide, when you should fight, right? Okay.
Okay.
So if I come through this door right here, right? Okay. If I come to this door right here and I start shooting, what's the first thing everybody should do? You start running, right? So everybody start running, right? So if I'm coming here and I'm shooting, and I'm right next to this lovely gentleman right here with the nice outfit on, what are you supposed to do? Am I right next to him? So how would you fight me? You close to me, you will fight, right? So now, you guys are here, I'm coming towards you. What you guys should do? You should fight, right? But what about the lovely people over here? What do they should do? Exactly. Oh, y'all sharp. Y'all really was listening, huh? Okay. All right, we're going to go over here. All right, we're going to go over here, right? Okay.
Okay.
I come to the door. And I say, I hate your religion. I start shooting. What should this group of people should do if I come in and shoot the place? What do they should do? They should fight. Right? What about everybody in the front? What you should do? Run. You run to the exit. And what about the section over here? What do they should do? Hide. Exactly. Hide, lock the door, something, right? Oh, y'all sharp. Y'all really sharp. Y'all some sharp people. I like it. Y'all some sharp people. All right. Yes.
Someone asked, what about this side?
Someone comes from this door.
Okay.
And there are lots of people outside.
Waiting? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Let me go in the front and ask that question. Now, the first thing, I'm glad you brought that up because you beat me to the punch. They said, what if we run out the door and there's people ready to shoot, gun you down? It can't happen, right?
Say it again.
So the question was, let's say that active shooter comes out, comes in and shoot, we run outside, and there's more active shooters. They're ready to shoot. What should you do? See, that given time is multiple different things you could do. You don't want to run back in here because it's a double-edged sword, right? So it's one of those things that you have to pick your poison. Me personally, what I would do, I would run back inside and try my luck with that one active shooter versus fighting 2 or 3 people out there. One gun is always better than 3 guns. Right. So I'd rather fight the guy here because yes. Now, but also, if you go out there, it's like fight multiple people. You know, it's what you want to do because they're waiting. They're waiting for you to come out there, right? Give or take. Good question, though. That's a question. I really like that question. So, pick your poison on that, right? Which is why you should get yourself a firearm, right? You got a question?
We'll take you done with the PowerPoint? We'll take questions after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll take questions after, yeah. Sorry.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
By any chance, are you a licensed security officer?
By any chance, yes.
Okay.
Used to.
Okay. You still have your license, right?
Yeah, I still have my license.
Okay. Now, you said you have one, right? D or G? G. Nice. So if anybody doesn't know what a D or G license is, Class D license is a security guard that can carry a firearm. Class D license is a security guard that can carry a firearm on them. Right?
Okay.
So remember, security guards are not law enforcement officers. That's for the state statute. They can't do no law enforcement action whatsoever. However, there's always an however. It says right here, Florida State Statute 493.6118 and all these whole bunch of letters in there, right? Deadly force. First of all, who can tell me what deadly force is?
Qui moun ki da dim ki sa force majeure, du moins force qui capable de tuer tout le monde. Force mortelle, merci.
Anybody want to take a swing of what deadly force is?
On veut dire qui ça
Let's see if
force
anybody was
veut dire.
paying attention.
Pour moi, c'est comme qui t'a porté
What is
attention.
deadly force?
Qui ça deadly force veut dire? L'autre c'est mon monde.
No, this is like somebody like an active shooter. If he come, he doesn't come to play with you. He come to kill.
Right. So now, deadly force, right? If there's anything that means someone's causing great bodily harm to somebody and or death, right?
C'est ça qui
Deadly
peut
force.
causer
Okay.
et douleur au monde ou bien veut tuer monde. C'est ça qui est deadly force.
The key word is
Ça qui est
great
important
bodily
dans le
harm.
qui
And-
veut faire mal avec comme monde avec monde.
So the side note, great bodily harm is your arm coming off, your
Que
leg
tu
coming
sais
off.
zamon pour y tout,
Big injury, big
Que tu
injury
gros
where
maladie,
it messes you up for life, right?
OK, qui
Great bodily
capable
harm.
pour la vie. C'est ça qui est les coup majeur mortel là.
As a security guard,
En tant que sécurité officier,
are they allowed to stop the threat that's
est-ce
come in?
que yo disponible pour capable suspendre monde qui vient tirer l'église là?
Exact. Thank
OK,
you.
yes,
Yes.
yes, c'est oui, exactement.
Mr. CJ, if he ever has his firearm and the active shooter comes in and he shoots to stop the threat, everybody is safe. So
Et
make
je
sure
l'ai
that
dit,
he gets
s'il
his
gagne
firearm with
zami,
him at all
s'il
times,
gagne
right?
zami,
That's what he need to do, get a
Je
firearm.
l'ai dit, s'il gagne zami, et puis tout le monde
Right.
va tirer, il va camper pour nous.
Nice.
Très bien.
Uh-huh. But now you will never get in trouble for this because you always got to remember a security guard here in the church, they are the first responders.
Connais bien, je l'ai dit, sous fond bail comme ça, là, il n'y a pas de problème. En tant que sécurité de l'église là, l'État a une obligation pour protéger l'église là.
Because
Parce que
it's one of those things that would you rather wait law enforcement to come within 5 minutes?
ça qui est important, est-ce qu'on pense
Or you rather have somebody to stop the death within 30 seconds?
Pour protéger nous contre comme on capturé, protéger nous maintenant, mais c'est que la police vient pour protéger nous plutôt.
Okay.
Ça nous pense.
Now this is my expertise right here, law enforcement
Maintenant
response.
ça c'est expert moi ça, et du travail law enforcement.
So now
Maintenant
let's say,
on dit
let me use you. Come on,
bam utiliser venir là Daniel.
come on. Come on.
Venez.
So now let's say that you're the first one to get out the building, right?
Ou c'est premier monde qui sorti
And you have a cell phone. What's the first thing you should do?
téléphone, qui sort de faire.
Call a 911.
There you go.
Really,
Then they say, okay, 911, what's your emergency? What do you think you should say?
So do qui imagine ceux qui sont
There's a killer in the church.
Okay. So when you say there's a shooter in the church, we get the call.
Maintenant
Right?
l'autre dit qu'on monde capture de l'église nous qui appelle là.
So I'm gonna walk you through how law enforcement works, okay?
Well,
So
it's
people will
not
say,
decided,
how
it's
come
really-
it took police so long to get to a place when somebody was killing? You gotta understand. How
So,
long
now
does it
see,
take somebody to
police
come
are
into
police.
safety? How long does it take somebody to dial 911? 911
911
gets the call from that person that called 911.
la police.
That dispatcher talks to my dispatcher and said there's an active shooter. Right? And then that's when we get dispatched to the call. So
Donc, c'est là, ça nous
that
recevoir appel
transaction
pour nous
takes
venir.
roughly between 3 to 5 minutes.
Tout ça nous sort disant là,
That
après,
is a
trois,
very
600
long time for an active
minutes.
shooter situation, which is
Trois,
why I
600
stress
trois à
that
7 minutes.
security should have a
Faut pas
firearm,
mettre
you should have a firearm, you should have
Police
some
vient
type
dire
of
ça,
defense,
moun
right?
qui qui l'église en doit gen zam ou même qui la doit gen zam pour protéger tête nous avant pour la police venir. T'es chargé. Go cause.
Now, so now when you, now you probably gonna get scared when you see
Maintenant,
police.
ou capable appeler la police.
When police come in, the first thing that we do
Premier bagage nous fait,
is we come with guns blazing.
nous venir avec zam nous bien
Guns come
bien
out, we
braqué.
say, let me see your hands. We
Bon,
trying to
moi,
figure out
mais
who the
nous,
shooter is,
bon
right?
connaît qui a capturé.
Which why I say
C'est pour ça
hands up,
dit.
right? When you run, you
Les
sit off
épaules
when your
brûlent,
hands
tout
go
le monde
up.
lever des mains en
You
l'air.
might say, "Where's the shooter?" We might say, "Where the
Moun
shooter?"
si ko de shooter,
Where the
moun
shooter?
kap
Oh my
tire.
God, he has tattoos on his right hand. He
Oh,
has
les
a white
gens
shirt
tatou
on.
dans meni.
Right? So
Li
you
gen chap sou
try
li,
to
men
give
comment liye.
descriptions of when we
Ka
come in.
description de moun kap tire la police venir pour ka connait qui moun
It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be scary.
Maintenant,
It's
on
going to be
continue
scary
à
because
faire la
the
après fait
adrenaline.
trembler parce
the
que
adrenaline is gonna be pumping, right?
Ka faut trembler, ka faut parler donc ça protéger
Nice.
vraiment bail.
Right?
Yep.
We always come in squad up. We don't come in one response. We always come with 4 people, 5 people, 10
Les nous venir la
people.
police venir, va venir
know,
pour compter, venir avec 4
SWAT
5
team will
6.
come in.
SWAT
You
team
know,
toujours venir, vous connaissez?
and don't get mad when
Pas
we come
fâché.
in. It says, "Oh my gosh, my baby, he got shot." We're
Si
gonna
nous dit
we're gonna
police
push you
vini,
aside
baby
to
n'a
stop
pas
the threat
tiré,
first, and then we're gonna come and help whoever is injured. Make sense?
avec bébé ya parce que nous voulons que moun qui gen zan dans c'est nous prend soin avant. Nous comprenez?
So this is what we have. We may have
C'est pour ça nous ka
scary
gen nous doit
equipment
pas
on,
gen.
vests, helmets,
Nous doit gen
rifles.
zam, nous
We
gen
may
gen-
have tear gas, which we
nous
never
doit gen
gonna have
gaz
tear
dans
gas
nous.
in a situation like
Tout
this.
bagage ça nous ka gen yo.
You know, so our
Comprenez?
main goal is to stop this threat.
Point important nous, c'est suspendre et problème, ça danger ça à l'église là.
Okay.
OK?
Now, how should you react when law
Comment
enforcement
devez
arrives? I just
réagir
gave
que
you
la
all the
police
answers to
vienne?
this. So let's see
Nous
if
devons
y'all was
ça.
paying attention.
Bon, moi, c'est qui a payé attention.
So anybody want to say well, the first thing you should do when law enforcement comes?
Qui ça monde doit tirer la police vini?
Hands, right?
Levez des mains là.
Hands,
Après,
hands up.
levez des mains là.
We don't know who the shooter is.
Si pas connaît qui
We're trying to find the shooter, right?
Nous devons trouver qui moun
But
k'ap
what
tirer,
things
c'est
you
ça
should
nous
do
fait.
afterwards?
Yon bagay qui doit faire après ça.
What things you should do?
Qui ça doit faire le lever main là?
See, he was
OK,
listening.
identifier moun k'ap tirer
Yeah,
à
but
qui
he paying
j'en lié. OK?
What else-
Vous
what
savez,
else
on
you should
fait
do?
attention. Qui le bagay doit faire
What else
encore?
you should do, you think?
Qui le bagay doit faire encore penser?
Say that again. There you go.
Say it
I
again.
like that. I like that answer. I like that answer.
Bon,
That's
lisez
where
bien,
you
moi, ça va
say
pas entendre.
stay put. So you stay put
Okay, restez coteau,
until we
yeah.
tell you to move, right?
Because
Because sometimes it's best to stay on one spot when we get there because you don't want to move. Because that's a good thing that you said that because let's say that I'm just use you as an example, right? Let's say that you're there, you're the victim, right? Of the shooting. The shooter is here, right? And the police is where the young lovely lady right there, right? We may get into a shootout. So it's best to stay put. Because you don't want to run because you might get hit in the crossfire. That's good. Make sense? Make sense?
Yes.
Everybody's supposed to stop talking, no argumentation.
No argumentation,
Okay,
exactly.
la police vient, nous
Don't
va
yell or scream.
nous va nous appeler des
We
cris
train,
et parler en pile.
one thing about it is we train for screaming, we train for crying, we train for all that.
Okay,
Because
nous
we
entraînons
go
pour
through this
bagarre ça,
high
pour-
stress
pour
training
crime.
where we get to a situation, we already
Pour
know what's
dénouer
going to
une
happen.
situation.
Because nobody understands that when a shooting happens,
Pas que personne ne comprenne les
the
bons
fire
tirs
alarm is
rapides.
going to go off because of the gun smoke that comes in.
Okay,
Blood is
da-
going to be
an- an-
everywhere.
an- an-
Unfortunately, people may be
La
shot
fumée,
in the
un peu moun
process,
qui a tiré
right?
dans le process, hein.
So they train us for this.
Que dit, entre
So,
les policiers pour pas jamais bagarre ça.
it's best to like stay calm and not be
So, c'est
arguing
vraiment
to
important
us.
que nous-
Because we
nous
might
rester
say,
posés, nous va
we
péter
might
pas
say
en
some
pile.
foul language. We might say, get the F on the ground.
Non, doit
Let me see
dire
your
bien
F in it, you know?
mot, mets-toi à terre,
We
couché,
may be
déplacé.
rude. We may be rude, but
Nous, là, parlons
it's
de
not
gens
just to be
dits.
rude, just to be rude. It's
Et
rude
pas que nous
for
dit tout bon vrai, non.
our safety and your safety.
C'est
and
pour
to stop the
protéger
threat.
tête nous
Make
et
sense?
protéger les gens qui nous viennent délivrer autour. Vous comprenez? Fait que dit pareil pour les pour ça, mes amis.
All right. So just going over, it says remain calm.
Okay, nous dit
which
ça,
which
rester posé.
it's going to be very hard to remain calm.
Là, vraiment difficile pour nous être posés, les gens qui ont tiré, pas vrai?
Put any items.
Maintenant, mettez qui votre
It
bagaille
says,
qui
it
nous
says
montre.
put down any items, right?
Mettez qui votre bagaille là.
Immediately raise your hands.
Et puis
like
tout
we
lever
just
des
talked
mots
about.
là, gens qui nous sont
Keep
dit.
hands visible at all times. We don't know if
Côté
you have a
non,
gun.
côté
We don't know if you're a
ouais tout
shooter.
le temps, parce que là
Right?
qu'on est qui nous cap tirer.
Avoid making quick movements because if we
Essayez
make a
pour pas
quick
faire pièce
movement,
move,
we may
bien,
think
mouvement
that you're the
rapide.
second person or
Maintenant,
maybe
si
a
vous
part
faites
of the
mouvement, nous
shooter.
pas connaître nous la penser c'est homme qui deuxième monde cap
Keep
tirer.
your
là.
hands. We
C'est
might
dans
say,
le
show me
levement.
your hands. We might say, show
Donc
me your
cap dit
hands.
lever mais on, lever
Right?
on, pas moi mais on.
Anyone have any questions about that?
Et pas quelqu'un qui veut qui a question de ça.
Nice.
OK, très bien.
All right, now this is a little side note,
Un
right?
side note, quelques
When
notes
providing
là.
information to law
L'autre
enforcement,
information à
this is
la
what you
police,
should advise. If let's say that
vous devez bailler
young
avec
gentleman right here
Français.
comes out, this is what you should say, right?
OK,
Okay, he said it pretty much. He
Il
says,
dit Cardinal dit bien.
first thing is location.
Ba qui bon moun cap tirer.
Who knows the address to this place?
Qui moun qui connaît adresse église ça?
See?
Eh. OK, 14
Oh, we're going to
Southwest.
fight. It's 1470 because 1471 is across the street.
Et
It's
puis-
1470. Oh, it's 71? I might be wrong. Oh, I
Okay.
could be wrong. Oh, you're right. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I apologize.
It's okay.
Oh, don't tell me you cheated because he's on his phone. He cheated.
Mais c'est pas pour le téléphone.
Right, he put his
Second collier.
Right.
Okay.
So, location of the shooter is always
Ba
number
qui bon
one.
côté moun cap tirer.
Address,
Ba
right?
adresse là.
This is why I normally teach my CCW class. This is why I teach my firearms class.
C'est vrai ça me toujours enseigner classement avec moi ça.
When you dial 911 and the
No,
operator
it's-
answers the phone,
Ou bien
right?
capable
They're going to say,
téléphone,
911, what's your emergency?
là.
You don't want to say, oh my gosh, they're
Imagine
shooting.
Gon shoot, gon tirer.
Then you delay in the process and say,
Ba-
listen,
ba suspend
I'm at
le process,
1471
Then
Southwest
the
9th
address
Avenue in the
given
city
by
of
the
Deerfield
son.
Beach. There's a shooter in here. I need units here, code 3. Or just say, I need police here right now and hang up the
OK, gon
phone.
moun cap tirer nous besoin police kounia là.
Simple.
Ba adresse là.
You
Très
say it's
simple.
simple.
Très simple.
So when you hear that, it's a quicker response.
Que si l'autre
Okay, you
ça,
say, oh my
nous
gosh,
bien rapide.
they're shooting, because you know when the
Maintenant,
adrenaline is up, you're like, oh my gosh, they're shooting, I don't know what to do, help me, help me.
Okay,
Try to stay calm. Remember,
Remember,
number one is
numéro un,
location.
c'est
Then
location
number
côté
two,
moun nan ya.
what you
Deuxième
have,
bagay nan
and any
section
description
gen,
of the shooter that you have.
c'est
But
qui
location
identification moun kap
is
tire
number
ya.
one, right?
Okay, côté moun nan ya, c'est ça qui est vraiment important.
Number of shooters.
Okay, combien moun kap
Always
kap
remember, it's
tire?
always more than one.
Capable gen
You
plus
may
que
see
un
one,
seul.
but it's always more than one,
Moun
right?
doit avoir un seul moun kap tire, mais capable gen plus que un seul.
Physical description, if you can.
Qui veut dire bah comment moun nan semblé physically?
Number and type of weapons
Combien
that's
zam
held,
moun
if
nan
you
gen,
know.
qui gen des jam que moun nan gen nan meni?
Number of potential victims at the
Combien moun nou
location.
pense qui ka victime de
That's
actes
just-
shooting nan
That's
place
more
nan?
so for someone like my expertise that's
C'est pour
trained.
ça moi même nan expertise moun qui enseigne des jeunes.
I'm trained to say, okay, we have one
Okay,
active shooter is
m'enseigner, par
approximately
exemple,
14
m'dire,
victims
non,
that
c'est
shot,
agressif,
2 victims that seem deceased, you know.
Parce que nous gen deux moun qui
That's
pa
more for
moun
me.
mouri.
For you,
Pour moi-même,
I
pour
suggest
moi-même,
that location,
c'est by côté moun nan ya,
shooter,
qui moun
I
kap
need a
tire
response
ya.
here now, right?
OK, moun kap répondre des bagarres là.
Now, anybody have any questions? Oh, we're going to go over that. We definitely going to go over that.
OK, pas gen moun qui gen question?
Now, we're going to do 2 scenarios.
Nous allons faire deux scénarios.
We're going to do 2
Nous
scenarios.
allons faire deux scénarios.
Now,
Maintenant,
when I have this training simulation, right, I'm going to
Let
go
me
over the safety
get-
rules first before we do anything, right? Now, this training weapon is not a real weapon. It may look real, but it's not.
OK.
I'm going to go over the safety
Scénario,
rules
ça
to
me montre que
everybody.
nous avons bon zam nan
right?
même. Li pon vrai zam, pas courir, pas fâcher, pas crier, pas l'envoyer. Son zam.
Not real.
Li pas
So
vrai.
don't get scared.
Vas-y, nous va essayer de faire, pas
What I'm going to
courir.
do is, what we're
Ça
going to do
me
is
va
we'll do
faire
a mock. We're going to do a mock
a
scenario
mock.
because nobody's
What's
going
the
to
scenario?
learn how to combat an active shooter
Vamos back
until
with
you
the
get into
one
that
who
stress. So
man.
anybody
Man,
has
good
any
thing,
firearms in here that I need to know about? That's number one. Anybody have any firearms, any guns, anything?
Est-ce pas que moun qui gen zam nan men yo là?
No guns, right? We good. No
Don't
guns.
worry
Right?
don't worry about it.
Okay. We don't. The last thing I want is somebody to get accidentally shot by accident, right?
OK, pour moi c'est pas moun
But-
tirer là par accident.
Now, before I even start this scenario,
Okay,
I'm
on va
gonna
commencer
quiz
scénario ça.
every single one of you and see if you was paying attention, right?
OK, moi poser avec n'importe moun si nous t'a fait attention.
Okay.
OK.
What's the active shooter?
Qui sont actifs shooter que on moun k'ap tirer? Oh, you understand that?
What's that? What's the active shooter? Yeah. You're close. You close.
vraiment,
You're
c'est
close.
genre,
We give them a 7 out of 10.
Nous parlons 7 sur
Active
10.
shooter is anybody that comes in
Active moun
as,
k'ap
with a
tirer,
spree,
son moun
right?
qui a venu avec l'idée
Yeah, they cause great bodily harm
pour
to
le faire
others,
mal
right?
avec moun qui on côté qui li vini.
So now, why do
Maintenant,
they
pour
shoot a
qui
place
ça?
of worship?
Li vini avec on côté on avec. Peut-être moun nan k'ap tirer doit parler d'un bon
Exactly.
Dieu observer.
Which is also known as a
Hate crime. Li ba
Yes.
li railler pour les copains.
nice hate crime. There you
Hate
go.
crime.
There you go.
Moun k'ap railler moun.
All right.
OK.
I'm now. This is going to be a tough question.
Maintenant, ça va
What's the
être
3
difficile.
things in order
Qui
that you
doit
should
pas
do
faire
when an active
en
shooter
ordre?
happens?
Les moun qui entre vini pour tirer.
Run.
Courir. Cacher.
All right.
Et puis te goumer.
All right.
Très bien, très bien.
All right. Okay.
Et dire courir ou cacher ou goumer.
Do you think that
Est-ce que vous pensez que
anybody here should be carrying a firearm in here?
est-ce que vous pensez que moun qui est dans l'église ça doit gen zam nan men yo?
Okay. All right.
Nous dit oui oui.
Okay.
Elle doit dans l'église ça dit oui doit gen zam nan men
Right.
yo.
Let's say
OK, on dit
let's say that an active shooter
on
comes
dit
in
un
this
moun qui
way.
vient là pour la
What should
tirer l'église
everybody in
ça.
the back do?
Qui moun derrière qui ça doit faire son moun entrer là pour tirer? Moun qui doit courir.
Now, if I'm close by somebody like this,
Si
what should they do?
Qui ça doit faire? Goumer.
All right.
OK.
Okay. All right.
OK.
So I really was paying attention. I
N'a
like
payé
this.
attention, oui.
I really like this. Okay.
Moi même ça.
Now, law enforcement response.
Maintenant, la police vient, ils viennent répondre avec
When police
tirer.
shows up, what's the
La
first thing you
police
should
vient,
do?
qui ça nous doit faire?
First
Lever
thing.
des mains dans l'air.
All right.
OK, lever des mains dans l'air.
Let's say that
On dit que
you're the first person that leaves
vous
out
c'est le
of
premier
here.
monde qui quitte l'église.
What's the first thing you should do?
Et puis tout le qui c'est le premier monde relais.
What should you tell 911?
Qui ça doit faire 911? By adresse côté moun nan ya,
First thing, the
Et
number one
description.
thing you should do is what? Address.
adresse, premier bagage doit
Second
faire.
thing is
Deuxième
what?
bagage doit faire.
That's third or fourth.
Ça est pas troisième ou quatrième.
Location, what we got.
Location.
I need.
How many active shooters?
There you go.
Combien de monde capte qui
Remember, if you see one is always two. If you see
Même
two
si
is always
ouais,
three.
on seul,
It
toujours
goes on.
deux.
It's always
Si
a plus
ouais,
one
toujours
rule,
trois.
right?
Si ouais, trois, ainsi de suite.
Okay.
OK. All right. Give a physical description of the shooter. Okay.
How many
Okay,
guns
so
somebody
go get
has,
someone
exactly.
again. Yeah, that's part of the physical description. C'est la description physique de moun qui veut dire qui hôtel, qui couleur, qui garde des gains, comme ensemble et tout ça.
Okay.
OK.
Now, anybody has any questions?
Parce que même qui a une question là.
Come here.
Kanye has
Because
a
you're
question.
my best friend now, so
Aussi,
come
moi,
on.
ça même connaît.
What's your question?
Qui question Kanye?
My question is,
Question moi c'est
what if somebody knows this place and then you hide, but they found you and then they shoot you?
And what's the last resort that you have to do?
You gotta fight.
You answer your own question.
OK. Ils sont de faire de
Because you never know.
Parce que moi je me connais.
All right, so trick question, right?
En question vraiment tricky.
This is going to be a hard question and see if y'all
Ça,
really
question
was paying
vraiment difficile
attention.
pour moi, si vous avez attention.
You had a question, right, sir?
Ou une question
Oh,
là, vrai?
what's your question, sir?
Qui question là, monsieur?
Puis quoi inquiétude nous gagne de nos jours.
What I'm worried about for today
C'est le fait que nous pas fait prévention encore.
is because we don't do any prevention anymore.
Maintenant, préoccupation, pam,
Now my preoccupation,
qui prévention l'Église adventiste pour empêcher que yon moun getan pénétrer à l'intérieur d'une église, commencer à shooter, commencer à tirer, et moun commencer à tomber. Qui ça qui doit faire comme prévention?
okay? He asking like, what can we do as a church, as a prevention to prevent someone entering the church and start shooting people?
Okay.
Okay?
It's really hard to prevent
Vraiment
somebody
difficile
coming in here
pour prévenir un monde entrer
causing
là,
great bodily harm and
eventuellement
death.
causer
It's something
mal
that you
avec nous.
cannot combat.
Son bagage qu'on va pas connaître ou pas
But-
prévenir pour ça. Mais
What I would suggest is that
ça que me
you
suggérer,
train. You have to train
ou
for
entraîner
situations
moun
like
yo
this
dans situation de ce
constantly.
genre.
Not every day, but always have some type of refresher training like I'm giving you
parfois
today.
nous toujours pour nous
Right?
refresh tête nous.
You can't lock the door for somebody because you want to welcome people to
Ou
come
pas
in
qu'à
and
lock
worship.
porte là parce que vous voulez
Right?
nous entrer pour venir adorer. Pas vrai?
And one thing that my instructor once told me
Yon
when
baga
I was a
moun
little
desi
lad
moun fois.
inside the academy, he says, you never will rise to the occasion. You
Ou pas
always
venir
fall
lever
back
non
on
lè.
your training, right?
You never was to what?
So do anybody know what that means? It means that muscle memory, if a
Muscle
shooting
memory.
happens right now,
Yon
you
baga
know
arrivé,
exactly what to do if you
ou
train.
que t'en connais, si
But
t'es
if you
entraîné,
never had this training,
si
what's
tu
the
m'as
first thing
entraîné
that
déjà,
y'all would do?
qui peut pas
Nothing.
faire?
So to answer your question, you
Ou
can't
question
prevent it
là, ou pas qu'à prévenir
because it just
ça.
happens at random. It could be somebody
Parce que son
that you
bagage qui
know.
arrivé que ou pas connaît.
It's hard. It's hard to
vraiment
prevent that.
difficile pour
It's one of those
prévenir
things that's
ça.
hard to prevent. But now, the measures that you should do is make sure that you
Qui
have
bagage
armed
ou ka
security.
fè, c'est parce que gen moun qui a un zam nan men ou l'église nan.
Make sure everyone has firearms training. Make
Fè
sure
sûr que
have
chaque moun qui
concealed
a
weapons carry.
entraîné avec zam, qu'on ait pu sa bio faire.
Constant retraining of active shooter
Toujours entraîner
situations.
moun sa ou le gen tire qui sa
That's
bio
my
faire.
suggestion to you because
C'est
you can't really like
suggestion à
stop
moi-même.
a shooter from
À
coming
moi-même.
in.
Parce que
you know?
parfois ou pas qu'à empêcher ça arriver.
It happens. It just happens out of the blue. You know.
Parfois ça arrive au côté un bagage inattendu puis tout le monde entre là li prend tirer.
So hopefully I answer your question because that's a question that is hard to.
Moi répondre bagage, moi répondre avec question là. OK?
Yes, ma'am.
No. I mean,
Not yet. Go ahead. I want you to pick my brain. That's what I want.
OK?
Personne pas à dire moun, pas empêcher pour empêcher moun venir l'église.
Nobody can tell someone, prevent someone from entering the church.
Mais aussi, comme on gagne tout, chaque moun a venir l'église ou venir à cause d'âme.
But how do you understand that everybody who's coming inside the church comes with a gun?
Say the question one more time.
You can't lock the door
Oh, he
to
doesn't
prevent someone
agree with it.
entering,
Oh, he doesn't agree that everybody comes with a gun.
but everybody comes
Oh,
with a
I
gun.
see what you're saying.
Okay,
Oh, he doesn't agree with it.
Réalité, hein, c'est que de l'autre côté aussi, disons, ok, nous prenons sécurité. Prends sécurité, quelqu'un vient à l'église et puis pour venir adorer, et puis mon avec revolver. C'est vrai que nous sommes dans une situation que nous.
Because.
Cependant, je pense, moi, penser que il serait très simple à l'église adventiste que nous fassions la promotion pour détecteurs.
So what he's
Quel que soit le monde qui rentre l'église, il franchit première porte pour l'entrée, détecteur a dit moun ça. Non, comprends.
So let me tell you something. So he's saying like, yes, I understand we can prevent that, but the thing is, what he's suggesting is to have. Oh, okay.
C'est que
His suggestion is to have metal detector at the door. So if someone has a gun, once they come in, we can know that they have a gun.
I like this. I like this conversation.
when
I really like this.
Please, when people start shooting, it's too late. Too late. Because people gonna rounded, kill people. It's not. It's too late. The best thing to do is to prepare the church, have some detector. Anyone go in the church has a gun, anybody can see it. This is, to my understanding, the best thing the church now supposed to do.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will be too late. Too late. Our families will have problems. You will lose your loved one. It will be too late.
We have to give everybody
want to understand
the
this.
opportunity to ask questions because I know we have so many questions.
Oh. Hold on.
One second.
Hold on. Hold on. Now I want to answer your question, right? And I'm not going to try to. I'm not saying you're wrong. I do agree about the metal detectors and everything like that. I do understand that there are people with firearms that do stupid things. I understand that. However, what are the two things that cause the active shooter that I taught you? One was domestic related, where it just happens, right? Out of anger, right? Out of frustration, out of emotions. But what about that key word that said that one person that does not like the religion that you do, that want to spread a message, that one person that doesn't care if you have a metal detector or not? What are you going to do if they come in with a firearm and says, I don't care about your metal detector, I want to cause great bodily harm or death? How are you going to combat that without a firearm? How are you going to combat that? How are you going to prevent that for someone to come in and causing great bodily harm and or death? You're not wrong. I do agree, because some people should not be allowed to have firearms. I totally agree with you on that. But at the same time, it's one of those things. This is an extra tool to help you in your pocket when it comes down to defending yourself, your loved ones, the people you pray with, your children, your parents maybe, right? So it's one of those things that I'm trying to teach you, that active shooters is never preventable, because you always have that one person that does not obey the law. They don't care whatsoever. Okay?
No, we have a question.
I want to thank you for this program. It's very informative, because last night in Germany there was a church shooting.
Yes, it happened.
So anytime it can happen here in Florida, and I want to thank you very much. But you know, in actual situation, you know, it will be chaos for everybody running all over the place. But as you said, what you did tonight, we would need more than one program like this one. Because the more we know how to prevent ourselves, the better we're going to get prepared. And then if anything happens, I'm not saying we're going to be 100% won't have safe, but at least we will know what to do. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Good, I thank you. I really do thank you for the kind words and everything. And one class is never going to teach you how to combat the active shooter. Okay? Now, I do understand about the carelessness that you don't want everybody to shoot in one direction, no. Right? So that's what goes back to the presentation of security officers, or I'm sorry, the safety officer. So if you know you have somebody here that's always armed, right? Let's say you don't agree. Let's say you don't agree with everybody having a firearm. Okay. As a church, you say, okay, I don't want anybody to come in with firearms except for somebody that's a security officer or a safety officer. You can do that. At least you have somebody that's armed that can help combat the active shooter. It's always options. It's always different ways to skin a cat.
Oui. Ou pas aimer quoi, Jordani? Ou pas aimer quoi? Ok. Alors nous ouais fighting nan li c'est une step que on t'a dû follow pour lorsque gain dans cas shooting nan. Maintenant
fighting is one of the things we have to do when there's an active shooter.
Maintenant est-ce que l'église là t'a dû apprendre fight parce que pour apprendre gourmet parce que pour connaître qui genre pour défendre tête nous. Est-ce que self défense là nous t'a supposé self défense là nous t'a dû apprendre?
Yes.
So the church know how to self defense, how to protect themselves, how to fight back.
Yes.
And lui répond oui, c'est malgré oui l'église de connaître comment de gourmet.
Yes.
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 Donc la question?
Ancien Edia pose une question.
Ancien Edia pose une question.
Il dit comme ça que si que gain safety officer par exemple s'il gagne aux armes.
The safety officer if he has a gun.
Qui ça doit faire pendant policier arrivé?
What the security officer should do when the police officers come to the place where the active shooter is happening.
As security guard is there, he shot the threat. They say he killed the threat, or
no? As a security officer, let's say me, I'm the security officer. I have a gun. When the police officer comes in, what should I do? Me with the gun.
Nice.
As a security officer at the church.
First thing that a security officer should do is drop your weapon. And say, I'm a security officer here. Say something as, this is the address, I'm this person. You identify yourself, I am a security officer at the shooter is there.
Mais fais ce que les États-Unis ou pas qu'ils aiment dans le monde, mais fais ce que vous avez qui vous identifie en tant que membre de l'église, en tant que monde qui a pas sécurité l'église.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Nous avons une question là, nous avons une question avant cette Claudette.
And that's part of police training too. That's a good question that someone back there who asked that question? Yeah, that's a good question because that's a typical question that police officers always get asked. So let's say that you go into a building that's shooting and the person that you see with a gun is a security officer. How are you supposed to know? Normally the times that we say drop the weapon, if you see us, that's why I say drop the weapon first and say, hey, listen, I'm a security officer. You know, as soon as you drop the weapon, we know, okay, you're not the bad guy. Because normally times when active shooter situation happens and the shooter sees us, they're going to try to shoot at us. But if you're a good guy, you're going to drop it. Sometimes they even surrender, you know, until we properly identify you, right?
Donc, il dit, en tant que monde qui l'a pour la sécurité officielle, sur les armes, il faut que vous identifiez la police comme étant bon monde.
And also, one thing that can help out the security officer or safety officer is some type of identifier saying that they're security, say that they're a safety officer, something that identifies them that they work here or they actually belong inside the church. Because little do everybody know is that when active shooter comes and shoot, they have vests on, they geared up to that they're ready to take some fire. Typically speaking.
Okay. No.
Okay, as a security officer, I am inside the church and there is an active shooter that comes to the door and I have a gun. I try to defend myself and everybody inside the church. And I hit the active shooter to death. What will happen to me?
You'll be justified. So what you should do, this is the proper response you should do, right? And this is just me talking as a law enforcement officer, right? Someone that with experience, correction, someone with experience with law enforcement.
Avec law enforcement.
Right? You became the
Ou-même,
hero.
ou vini
You
héros,
destroyed Dirty Johnny. That's what you're going to call him. You'll call him Dirty Johnny.
Ou détruit yon
Right?
géant qui vraiment là pour faire
First
mal.
thing that you should do,
Premier bagage ou doit faire,
you dial 911
ou les 911,
and you say this line. I
et
said,
puis tout
listen,
dit ça, mais ça entend de quoi il dit.
I'm going to need law enforcement response to this
Besoin la
address.
police venir dans adresse ça,
Immediate response.
besoin immédiat, réponse immédiate,
Hang up the phone.
et puis tout fermer le téléphone là.
Once you hang up, it's going to come up to as a suspicious incident, right?
Une fois que vous venez
We're
ça,
going to
vous
come
mettez
in,
dans suspicious
we're going to see somebody dead on the ground, like, oh
Et
my
puis
gosh,
là,
what
venir avec
happened?
quelqu'un qui mourit
You know?
à terre, et
So
puis
right
ça
then and
passe.
there, you won't get hurt by us, because if you call down one says, oh, I shot somebody, and they say, okay, what do you, so first thing dispatch says, what do you have on? And you say, okay, I have a very nice
Qui soit bien sûr,
10 like a suit on, you
mais
know,
qui s'habille avec une belle
looking real
veste,
nice.
ouais,
So
mais
when we
ça
come in, we're going to look at you thinking you're the bad guy, then we're
Et nous
going
venons
to
après, ou même n'a pas c'est même qui
you
mourit
know?
moun nan.
So that's a proper response to that, right?
C'est la première réponse que doit bailler là.
So to answer your question,
Pour répondre à la question là,
you holster your firearm,
vous mettez les
right?
armes dans tout
Dial
ça.
911 said,
Ou les
I need law enforcement here right now.
Mettez dans main,
Hang up the phone.
fermez téléphone là.
Once we come and we see that,
Là nous venons,
we
nous
say
voyons
what
ça.
happened, and then
Et
we
puis
say,
tout le monde dit ça
okay,
qui passe.
listen,
Et puis tout
I
le
will
monde
be
dit ça
more
qui
than
passe.
happy to answer your question.
Vraiment content de
Read me
question
my
là.
Miranda rights, and I want my attorney present here right now,
Ok,
and I'll tell
besoin
you
la
everything.
avocat présent.
Make sense?
Ça fait sens.
So you don't get hurt,
Ou pas
and
besoin
nobody else get hurt.
ou pas blessé et puis tout le monde pas blessé tout.
Make sense?
Et ça fait sens? We have another question.
Et parce que
Let's give the opportunity. Oh, maintenant, mais ça lui dit. Mais ça lui dit. Si c'est.
I really like him.
Si monsieur,
Oh, he's the best. Oh, come in. Why you back there? Come.
It's okay. On nous pas fait tête nos illusions.
Let's not make our illusion
Nous
of
voulons que nous
ourselves.
descendions et nous réels.
I want you guys to be real.
Comment pral un monde
Someone
rentrer
enter the
ou elle
church.
rentre avec un zam.
You see him with a gun.
D'ailleurs, loi Florida dit n'importe où que loi vient avec zam.
Now,
Ni
the
yo
law
pas
of the-
identifié qui côté non loi États-Unis et Florida now.
Florida law.
OK. Maintenant, yo pas
Now.
identifié qui côté moun nan ka rentrer avec zam, qui côté le pas ka rentrer avec zam.
They don't identify where they can enter with the gun and where they
Li
can
même
enter
comme
with
un
the gun.
sécurité
Him
officiel.
with the gun with a security officer.
Li ouais
He saw
un moun
someone
rentrer avec un
comes
zam.
with a gun inside the church.
Et puis, ou imagine que le tire sous lui,
And then you
la balle
imagine he
gen
killed that
raison,
person, and then you think he's gonna have.
il pas gen raison.
Is not
Et
gonna.
c'est
Let me stop
et
you
c'est-
here.
et
Let
c'est
me
ça
stop
qui
you
ont
here.
dit ça.
Is that what I said? I said
no.
active shooter. It's not somebody that did not shoot.
Yes.
Somebody that
Okay,
stopped
okay.
shooting.
left.
Donne-moi.
Going left. Hold on.
Réalité, hein, c'est
The
que
reality is
la commence à tirer,
he's gonna start shooting.
moun commence à blesser,
People gonna start.
moun
getting
commence
hurt.
à mourir.
People start
C'est là ça
dying.
lui-même.
That's
C'est
when
là
he-
ça moun ça vient un active shooter et
That's
que
when
lui-même
this
quand il
person
arrive
becomes
à
an active
tirer.
shooter.
Mais
And then he killed that
entre-temps,
person. But in between,
gen yon, gen 2,
Gen
gen
1,
10,
2, 3,
gen 20,
20,
qui gen t'en mourir.
it will all die.
Mais c'est ça la réalité pratique.
This is the reality.
Maintenant, c'est ça yo qu'il nous faut prendre des mesures
This is why we have to take some
pour nous éviter.
Oh, so he's saying that what if someone comes in with a firearm, not an active shooter or anything?
Parce que là, on a
and
déjà
someone
commencé à
shoots him?
tirer.
Yeah.
Moi, je venu l'église, je vais mourir.
Oh, okay.
Famille, moi, qu'on a crié la
I'm going to
prière.
nip this right in the butt for you guys.
Okay? Now, attendez bien. Les gens zam nan bal montre nous situation actuelle là. Donc ça me faire ce que ba chaque grand monde yon faut amener. Ba chaque grand monde une chance pour poser une question parce que les gens dernier point pour le faire toujours, OK? C'est clair.
So,
Because we want to give time like to like the demonstrate with the gun with the
oh, the gun and everything?
Yeah.
But I really want to answer his question before I go. One more. Let me really answer his question. Okay, you say you want me to be real.
Avec question là.
I got you. But I really want to answer the pastor's question.
Okay.
Okay. And this, see, I like stuff like this because we really, it's something to consider, right? Got you. So, this training is at the shooter, correct? Right. Okay. Now, you wouldn't want to shoot somebody that just have a firearm on them, right? Because they say that my firearm came out my pocket or something. I'm trying to put it in my waist, right? And you just shoot me. You're dead wrong. You can't do that. We're talking about somebody that's coming in and shooting at people with the intent. Remember that one word is intent, right? Their intent is to cause great bodily harm and or what? Death, right? So you're not going to shoot somebody that just have a firearm in his hand. Because anybody got a firearm in his hand, right? So now, that's something you got to be worried about. If you see somebody that comes in with a weapon, let me ask you this question. And this is real world stuff right here. Somebody that you see every single day that comes in with a firearm and is going to their seat. Are you going to shoot them? They'll be like, oh, no, you're not going to shoot them. But let's say that you didn't know who I was. And I came dressed with a vest on and had a big rifle that came in here. And I said, oh, all y'all is going to die. Would you shoot me then? Or you don't know who I am. They say you don't know who I am. They say that I'm just an alien or somebody that comes in and it's like, I don't know who this person is. You know? So I'm trying to be real. I know you probably got to translate, but I'm trying to be real with you as far as real world stuff. But I honestly think that his fear is to have a firearm, and that firearms hurt people because he knows that firearms don't typically hurt people. Right? So. Okay. So metal detectors, if you want to do metal detectors, so people can't come in with a firearm, so you know, which is a good thing to prevent somebody that want to come in, sit through a service, so everybody's there to come out and start shooting everybody. Yes, you can do that. But if they really want to cause great bodily harm, or death, or terror to everybody here, it's unpreventable. It's one of those things that's very unpreventable. Okay. Okay. Even that detector, they can ignore that. They say, I don't care about the detector. What's it going to do to me? Exactly. That's why I say you always got to have a backup. The firearm is not primary; it's more so of a backup. Okay. More so of a backup, but you should have it. I strongly recommend that you have it.
Okay. On a parlé de métaux détecteurs.
We're going to talk about metal detector.
Okay. C'est que nous connaissons les âmes entrées dans l'église d'Akona là, nous mettons en position. Nous mettons en position que nous ne pouvons pas tirer, mais nous connaissons les âmes. C'est-à-dire, si nous avons souhaité que toute l'église adventiste ait gagné.
That all the church have a metal detector.
Que c'est bon pour toute l'église.
You take it outside the box, yeah. Okay, if someone sees metal detectors, someone sees security officers with firearms, okay. You can do other measures too.
Tout ça, c'est OK? Dernier, nous avons passé l'église pour dernier.
Whoops. Sorry.
I am the elder. Écoutez.
Listen.
Formation qui fait là à soyant n'a point dans l'église.
We're going to take inside the church.
Mais c'est pas ça dans Beer-Scheba que nous venons.
But it's not here only at Beerscheba that we come into church.
Il y a plusieurs côtés que nous aller
et puis places that we can go.
Gon bagay kon ça ka passer. Ou attend qu'on est exactement par rapport à la formation.
With that information that we receive tonight.
Ça ou doit faire.
What you have to do.
Moi même bagay ça te pour moi so grâce molle.
Something like that happened to me in Sorgas Mall.
Yo tande gon moun k'ap shooter. Même côté à moi même c'est courir rentrer en bas tout rap. Pour me serrer comme. Nous pas te compte qui côté bagay t'a fait. C'est-à-dire ou capable venir dans Beer-Scheba ou aller de l'autre côté, soit dans un mall ou bien dans un travail quelconque, ou connaît at least si gon bagay kon sa ka fait,
At least if there's something like
qui ça
that,
pour faire pour sauver tête ou bien
what
pour
you should
sauver
do
l'autre.
to save yourself and to save someone else.
Moi entends des officiers qui parlent en pile de
I heard the police officer talking a lot.
ça que nous avons fait pour que nous capables protéger tête nous et en pile question à parler pour safety pour l'église etc.
And the
Bon
safety
dit
of the church, let me tell you.
yon nan bagay qui m'tend des officiers a dit
One of the
et
things that the
m'croire
officer
vraiment
says,
moun qui vient avec zam pour faire action
with the gun,
même si nous gain
even if we have metal
metal
detector,
là devant
and outside,
moi garantis c'est rentrer la porte li
I
vient
guarantee
shooter
you it's gonna come
où
in.
qu'on y a là ça ka bon pour c'est qu'on exactement
What
si
you
moun
can
nan
do,
vini ensemble avec
if
intention hein,
someone
qui
comes
bagay
with the
pour faire
intention to kill,
je pense que
what to do?
l'autre bagay yo c'est
I think the other
bagay préliminaire en termes de prévention mais nous t'a imaginé que nous t'a gagné un métal qui devant et puis immédiatement ils sont tout le monde l'église en foufou sans pour autant c'est pour le monde qui vient pour faire action par rapport à zam qui sous lui l'essentiel c'est formation si tu as gagné un bagay comme ça qui rive yon moun rentrer ensemble avec zam avec intention pour venir tirer ou qu'on y a ou utiliser méthode que au bas ou pour capable protéger l'autre monde et protéger tout c'est-à-dire moi même dans compréhension c'est pour ça comprendre.
Me and myself, that's how I understand it.
Alors, ma petite dernier bagay ça.
Now, the last thing I want to
En
say,
tant qu'église,
as
le
a
fait
church,
que n'a pris formation
the
ça,
fact that we get information,
le fait que n'a fait face à cette réalité malheureuse
that
de
we
la
face
vie,
this situation,
ça veut dire qu'on vit dans un monde déchu.
which means we're living in a
Et,
difficult
et
time.
ici, bah, pays nous.
And
Donc,
this earth is not our
c'est pour
country.
tout nous faire tout moyen pour
So
nous mettre
we
vie
have
nous
to
en
do
l'ordre avec
everything
mon
we
Dieu.
can do to make ourselves in peace with God.
Nous pas qu'il est la privée, nous
We
pas
don't
qu'on
know
côté.
when something like that's going to
Et
happen.
Jean officier a dit pas gagner nous qu'a fait
And
pour
like the
nous
officer
pour
says, there's
prévenir
nothing we
gagner
can do
un
to
active
prevent
shooter.
something like that happen.
So ça pour nous faire premièrement,
The first thing we can do first,
mettez vie nous en l'ordre avec mon Dieu.
put ourselves in peace with God.
N'importe ça le passé,
Whatever
quand nous
happens,
mourir,
you know if you die,
ou qu'on est le jour de la résurrection,
but you know,
ou avec Jésus.
you know you'll be saved
Yeah.
when Jesus come back.
Mais c'est pour nous pour training, pas faire
But we
tête
have to
dure,
take
pas
the
tout
training.
la foi parce qu'on va vivre dans le monde déchu,
Don't
tout
say
le bagage
we
qui
have
arrive.
faith, don't take the training because anything could happen. All right, now no more questions. Now we're going to like the real scenarios.
Oh, the
you know?
real scenarios?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, disclaimer.
Okay.
I want to make a disclaimer.
Come
And
on,
please don't get
disclaimer.
mad, all right? What I'm going to do is, you know,
Sam bral fè ya,
I want everybody, the things that we learned today,
m vle sa nou apren
right?
aswe ya.
I want you to demonstrate it. So if you
Mwen
want to
nou
get up and
demontre
run, I
sa.
want everybody to get up and run if you feel like you need to run. If you need to
Mwen vle
hide, I
nou
want
leve.
everybody to get up and hide.
Kwe di li bral kon zam nan
One
men,
thing about this
kon zam ki pa
is,
vre, li
with
vle
this
pou nou
fake
leve.
weapon,
You know
it
bagay
does
ki
sound like a real firearm. It's not a real firearm.
Zam ki
I'm
bal
gonna go over the safety. It's not a real firearm, I promise. I promise it's not a real firearm. So the safety rule, I want to give everybody the safety first.
Hey, listen.
All right?
Listen. This is serious.
This is real
Sal
serious.
bral fè ya, li pon bagay reyel, se yon demonstrasyon ke l vle. Li bral gon zam nan men, ki pon zam reyel, li vle fè si lel gen zam nan, sa na pren aswe ya, kache, kouri, goume, e sal bral demontre nou maintenant.
All right? So
Okay.
you're going to hear just a small pop.
Ou bal nan don ti bruit
It's not a loud bang where you're
Se
like,
pon
oh my
go
gosh,
bagay
it's a small pop.
on ti bagay tout piti.
It's a small pop,
On ti bagay
right?
tout
It's a
piti.
small pop. It's not loud.
Li ba fò,
So when you hear it, I want everybody to
m'vle ke,
duck, hide,
okay,
fight,
kache,
right?
okay.
I'm not gonna shoot anybody with
Bal
it.
tire pièce moun.
Just pretend that it's an active shooter, right?
Just pretend que son moun ki entre l'église an ki vin
Nobody's
tirer.
getting shot today.
Pa gen moun ki bral mouri jodi an.
I promise you, nobody's
Promet
getting
nou,
shot.
pa gen moun ki bral mouri.
Can't do it, young buck.
No, but
But I can show you one day, though. All right.
Okay.
So anybody have any questions about safety? This
E
is
pa gen moun ki
safety.
gen question a pa de sécurité.
Come on.
Okay, when come up here again.
Real quick.
Prepare nou. Bien rapide.
What's going on?
Hey, ça passe là. Hey. Hey, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, merci beaucoup. So, what if you try to defend yourself, but the shooter already shot you?
Oh, good question.
Donc, comment ka défendre tout
So
ce
now-
moun ka tire a chou?
That's a real good question.
Ça c'est une bonne question.
Hey, can it happen?
Est-ce qu'elle peut arriver?
It can happen, right?
Yes, it can arriver, pas vrai?
So now you got to think.
Maintenant, on doit penser.
You may get wounded, you may die,
Ou
right?
ka blessé, ou
But
ka mouri,
if
mais
you in that situation
sur notre situation ça,
where you have no choice but to fight,
ko ba gen pièce
that's why I say
solution ke pou men,
it's best to
li pi bon,
die trying,
li
pretty
pi bon
much.
ke ou mouri
At
peut-être
the
pas
end of the
blessé,
day,
ke ou
at the end of the
mouri
day,
ou pas faim.
it's one of those unpreventable kind of things.
Okay, à la
If-
fin, son bagay ou pas
let's say that the active shooter comes and somebody
disons
fights it
moun
off and he
kap tire
gets
la.
shot, 3 other people may come, overcome the gun and destroy the active shooter. It's best to have one. Well, I really hate to say it like this because it's just the
Maintenant,
reality
moi,
of
je dis
things.
ça parce que c'est réalité ça.
People may die in these active shooter
Il y a moun ki
situations.
ka
People may
mouri
get
dans genre de
wounded,
situation ça.
right? But it's best to either.
Les pi bon,
Which one is the worst?
Qui ça
Rather
qui
have
mal?
one person
Ou gon moun ki mouri,
hurt or have multiple people hurt.
ou les moun gen 10 moun ki mouri. Il y a moun
I'm
moun
just
sa ki
saying,
mouri.
it's one of those things that is very unpreventable. But that's a good question, though.
C'est une belle question.
That's just the inevitable truth.
Yeah, no more question, Kanye.
Hey, you know, good question, though. Fake weapon.
Zam sa, e bon zam ki vre
Fake
ke li.
weapon.
Li pa vre, ok? Li pa vre.
Fake weapon.
Zam sa pa vre.
Okay.
Zam sa pa vre, ok?
Okay.
Ok.
Pastor, I'm gonna need you for this scenario, okay?
E ma bezon pou sen sa.
Oh, I'm not telling you where I'm coming at.
Non, li pa si kote.
I'm not telling you where I'm coming
Li pa si kote
at.
la vini.
So, if you go on my mic real quick.
Ok?
So what I'm gonna do is
Sa mbral fe la,
that this like everybody praising.
jan moun nan pa adore,
That we had a service.
nan pretan gen nou kon servis,
And when you hear a bang, I want everybody
e kom se nou bal kon servis, nan pa adore, nan chante, depi nou tande beng nan brizam nan, epi tou m vle kon nou apren sa nou te apren jodi ya. Frère, vin chante. Tade. Listen. Hey, mes amis, it's not a joke, okay? So let's try to be normal, okay? So premier bral parler, la chanter, la prêcher, whatever ça va faire, n'attendez. So li bral parler avec zam nan, I mean, nous gen côté la parler, but les moun n'avons pas côté la sorti. OK, li bral faire ça, bral faire plutôt, li dit, li veut faire ce que nous pratiquer ça nous te apprendre pendant assoir, OK?
So, before I start, right? Let's see if y'all was really paying attention. Everybody can hear me in the back, right? Everybody can hear me in the back.
Après prêter attention, nous sommes derrière. 11 âmes terroristes, qui ça nous fait? Nous devons courir. Tandis que les âmes n'ont venu nous tirer, pas vrai? Ou courir dans la position sans s'opposer. OK? OK?
I'm not going to let y'all know when I'm going to start.
Il va dire qui va la sortie qui ça va commencer à faire.
Les cris de mon âme s'élever vers toi.
Oui, mieux. I know that.
I'm sorry. So everybody, let's be honest.
I know that.
That was 2% of stress that I just gave this class right here.
2%
Only
de stress.
2%. Imagine if it was real life where I actually had a firearm. It's going to loud bang multiple different times. The fire alarm is going off. Gun smoke everywhere. People falling. People screaming for help. Blood everywhere. How would you really react? Can someone tell me their experience just now for that 2-second scenario that I just did? What went to? I want to hear people's thoughts about it. When you heard the pops that just came out of nowhere. So anybody want to tell me their experience just now, that 2 to 5 second scenario that we just did? See? First thing you did was what? You heard the pops. I saw everybody heard the pops. They saw me come out and then we ran to the exit, right? That was a quick response. I saw people hide under the chair. I didn't see them. That was perfect.
And I was the fighter.
And he was the fighter.
Yeah.
That was perfect. That was a very perfect response. I'm very happy. I promise you I'm going to sleep well tonight. I really am.
No,
I'm really going to sleep well tonight.
What if the shooter comes with the gun and then sit inside the shooter? Let's say like the shooter was sitting right there.
Exactly. So you want to go over that scenario?
Okay.
Let's go over that scenario. Oh, you don't want me? All right, you want to go over that scenario?
No. He said like if the shooter says don't move.
Oh, you better move.
The shooter enter with the gun, sit inside the church. Like
okay.
you don't know. And then,
like a hostage situation.
Yeah,
right?
like all of a sudden, and then boom, you have the shooter with the gun.
Okay, so it's like I don't want anybody to move, right? I would say okay. So now it's like all right. That right there is multiple different options, right? It's multiple options. Right there, that's a hostage situation, right? You do it. Of course, I'm gonna say do it. Who here got an iPhone? Who has an iPhone? Do anybody know what the iPhone, you have the SOS button, right? Swipe that SOS button, right? I don't want nobody to move, right? I said, okay. Maybe one person might say, want to send them, try to talk to them and say, listen, man, what's going on? Why are you trying to do this? Oh, I hate all of you guys. I hate all you guys. You might want to try to sneak attack him or try to do something quick on the fly. Because it has happened before where a shooter came up to the pastor and says, I really don't like you. And then what he did was he says, don't move. He pulled out a shotgun out of his coat and says, don't move. And then somebody saw it. What he did was he drew his firearm. Where the gentleman at? He drew his firearm and shot him in the head. It's one of those things. It's perfect timing. I would say listen to what he has to say until you find out that opportunity to strike. Right? Somebody here, because I can't see what the lovely people in the back doing. They can easily dial 911 and says, whisper, I need someone to come like quick, There's multiple different options you could do, right? Hopefully I answer your question.
All right, thank you so much.
Hopefully I answer your question.
All right, so.
But everybody like the scenario? Look, was good? I do appreciate it.
Est-ce que nous terminons présentation? Est-ce que nous voulons pour officier Powell retourner encore? Officer Dell of the presentation, and they would like you to come back again.
I'd be more than happy to come. More than happy to come next time.
Ok, je voulais dire nous tous merci d'être que nous te prenons part dans le service à soir. Et je souhaite que bon Dieu bénisse nous. And I would like to say thank you to Officer Powell. And thank you to your mom. Thank you to the family for coming. We are so grateful to that. Thank you, Mr., for your service, for your expertise. Et nous finissons et nous mettons debout pour nous chanter un couplet avec Maestro pour nous faire la prière finale. Première fait prière finale pour nous.
Un seul couplet du numéro 322.
Seul
On a fait mes yeux pour la prière. Notre Seigneur et notre Dieu, Papa nous qui pire dans le ciel là, nous disons merci pour miséricorde envers nous manifester chaque jour. Merci pour ce déviant nous conserver ou de conduire pas nous venir pour que nous soyons capables de participer à la belle formation ça à soyant. Nous demandons de grâce pour être capable de protéger nous. Mettez-nous à préparer davantage pour notre salut éternel. Et nous demandons de grâce pour être capable d'accompagner officier Marcus Powell qui est venu pour formation ça. Peut-être à ce que l'esprit est capable toujours accompagner lui. Non seulement pour préparer pour cette vie présente, mais aussi pour famille et lui-même capable de préparer pour la vie future. Entends, pardonne, exauce, sauve, dirige, protège. Envoie-nous en ta paix, en ta grâce. En Jésus, nous te prions. Amen.